112 lanes. In the heart of this idyllic mountain village, we built 112 lanes. As massive skyscrapers began to dot the landscape, flanking the sides of these asphalt beauties, we knew this was heaven. This was a place for dreamers of all types, so long as they owned a car. Every citizen had the opportunity to own a home along one of the many 7-lane avenues that made up the 112-lane boulevard to heaven. In honor of the many lives lost in the construction of this beautiful road, we installed an exact replica of the Golden Gate Bridge, but twice as long. Going straight through the heart of the valley, the residents of the homes below forever basking in the shadow of its international orange glow. 56 lanes in and 56 lanes out. These 112 lanes are just the beginning of our journey into the future as we explore uncharted territories to finally create automotive paradise. I don't think I've ever seen such a beautiful sight in my life. Countless American motorists enjoying their God-given freedoms on this sacred travel day.
What the hell are you yapping about? You could fit all of those people into a single train if you stupid Americans would just build high-speed rail.
Heresy! Europe is a failed society for the sole reason that they turned away from the truth. Nothing on that awful continent compares to the majesty that is the 405.
Just look at how slow they're going. And you call that freedom? Is Big Oil paying your salary?
Long delays if you're hitting the
Big
road.
Oil? Muhahaha! You say that like it's a bad thing. Besides, when driving a car, you have total control over where you're able to go. Can your stupid train do that? No.
Again, your puny American mind is unable to comprehend basic concepts like owning a bike. Simply take the bike on the train and ride it to your final destination when you get off.
Seriously? Bikes? Cringe! What if it rains or snows? Besides, American cities are way too spread out to ride a bike. It'd be much faster to just drive. Give up, blood. You've lost. Go back to Dusseldorf. Other city planners are lying to you. The most powerful form of urbanism is the stroad. It is the best of both worlds, combining journey and destination into one perfectly optimized corridor. When you mix the commercial street with a high-speed expressway, you increase both access and mobility. Stroads, being the workhorse of a truly enlightened city, operate at their highest efficiency when lined with parking lots. The best stroads include only the most popular businesses in town, relegating those shitty little mom and pop stores to the back alleys where they belong. But it's not just parking and nationally renowned retail that makes a good stroad. No! The ideal stroad has many lanes with access limited to automobiles only. Prohibiting pedestrians and bicycles ensures the smoothest ride for all motorists, the way God intended. It is precisely this spirit of ingenuity that makes America the greatest nation on earth. Of course, some haters may cry and whine, suggesting we instead focus on creating more walkable spaces. But what the fuck do they know? Have you ever tried to walk from your single-family home to the nearest Kentucky Fried Chicken? It's much faster to just drive. Why must we continue to separate roads and streets? Because the journey and the destination should be one and the same. Crossing 12 lanes of high-speed traffic to get to the local Hobby Lobby is what makes life worth living. And who are we to deny our people this pleasure? Ain't nothing in this world that gets my motor running more than a big old pickup truck. Ford, Chevy, GMC, Ram, hell, even a Toyota every now and then. These vehicles are the absolute peak in personal transit. I know what you're thinking. Aren't these massive trucks wasteful? Wouldn't you prefer something more fuel efficient? And to you I say no. You see, the pickup truck is the quintessential symbol of American exceptionalism. In fact, the more gasoline we use, the more we have done our sacred duty to stimulate the economy at all costs. Some argue they're only for heavy-duty work, but that's a myth. Our roads are increasingly unsafe, with reckless drivers and pedestrians showing little regard for others. In today's world, we need protection. The sheer size of a pickup truck creates a steel bubble shielding us from the chaos outside. But it's not just practicality. Admit it, they look cool as hell. In fact, I have personally seen many videos complimenting their users as pavement princesses.
In today's episode of Pavement Princesses, we have an actual pavement princess.
It is for this reason I have chosen to trade in my signature Escalade for an extra large F450, finally embracing my inner pavement princess. So go forth, my friends, and take out that $90,000 loan and upgrade your dorky little Camry to something fit for a princess.
And now a word from our sponsors.
What if I told you that high-speed rail has been a disaster for California? $35 billion has been wasted on this pointless train from, I think that's Bakersfield? Might be Merced, I don't know. Oh yeah, that's definitely Bakersfield, home of disgraced ex-Speaker of the House, Kevin McCarthy. Sorry about your job, bro. With the main stop being in Fresno, of all places? Sure, we could add more lanes to the local highways and solve this problem. But at $62 million per lane, per mile? We're ignoring the obvious solution. It's time to consider high-speed blimps. At a cost of only $2 million per blimp, even building 40 of these vehicles to traverse the state would be a fraction of the price of this wasteful high-speed rail project. And what's better is we can extend these lines all the way to Sacramento with a dedicated space for blimps inside the state capitol. Your goofy little bullet train can't do that. Of course, some of you may cry foul saying that helium is in short supply, but don't worry about that. Tapping into the Golden State's abundant groundwater resources, we can extract the H from H2O and create an eco-friendly fleet of clean, hydrogen-powered blimps. With our blimp-powered future, we no longer need highways. We can instead replace them with dense forests, beautiful California palms in the south, and majestic ponderosa pines in the north, giving any blimps that need to make an emergency landing a soft cushion of foliage to do so safely. So ditch the car-centric lifestyle, get off that stupid train to nowhere, and come November, when you have a choice for governor, cast your vote for Cities by Diana, because a vote for Diana is a vote for blimps.
Silicon Valley is in its flop era. With a suburban house going for 200 Bitcoin or $5 million in loser money, and big tech on the edge of collapse, we have to think different. With the Cupertino Apple store taken over by K-pop stans, the new CEO, the Rizzler, had to act fast. Luckily, with the help of his new girlfriend, /VP of flop prevention, Taylor Swift, all employees are required to stick out their yacht before paying the phantom tax. In exchange, they're given luxurious tent homes right on campus for the low price of $3,400 a month. Down the road at Google HQ, all 4 of its aging millennial employees who weren't replaced with ChatGPT are proud to sponsor the return of Lil Tay at the grand reopening of the historic Mission Santa Clara to Safeway. With its cutting-edge necromancy technology, Google was a clear winner here. Newly crowned techno king of Fremont, Elon Musk had other plans. Knowing that traffic was the valley's final boss, with the help of Stanford University's best researchers, they developed an innovative, new solution. Imagine a car, but bigger, able to transport hundreds of people, operated by a professional driver, along a set path and picking up passengers at set locations. Will the Tesla megacar be enough to win the tech wars once and for all?
And now, our hero returns to finish his duties.
Don't forget to smash that like button.
Drink all day, drive all night. Let's get it poppin'. I'm in Miami, bitch. When I step on the scene, y'all know me, 'cause I drive with a limp like an old school pimp, a real OG. After a string of biting defeats, I found myself in need of a place to let loose. So naturally, Miami was the perfect choice. Its massive interchanges, beautiful bridges, and the legendary Interstate 95, the main street of the eastern seaboard, attracted me with its siren song. I truly was in Miami, bitch. Little did I know that this once great city had installed some crappy little excuse for a train they called the Metro Rail. What's worse is that instead of having a downtown belted by highways, there was a goofy-ass monorail, creatively named the Metro Mover. I began uncontrollably vomiting with rage. I immediately called the governor to ask him to make things right. But that sad excuse for a leader was too busy complaining about woke leftists teaching gender pronouns to school children or some other nonsense. This jerk was only making Florida worse. So I drove out to Miami Beach, hopefully to find some friends, but their shoreline was far too walkable. Where was the beachfront expressway? It was at this point I took matters into my own hands. By sheer force of will, I deleted the Metro Rail track by track, replacing it with 32 express lanes in hopes of bringing the famous Miami party scene a road worthy of a king. But no! With every mile of road I built, Some goofball calling himself DJ Khaled took people on rides in his blimp. Who the fuck would ride such a crappy contraption when they had their private vehicles? I prayed to the spirit of Robert Moses to give me the strength to press on. Luckily, I was able to convince the mayor to cancel that silly disc jockey's blimp service and allow me to build my greatest project yet, a 72-lane causeway leading directly from the airport straight across Miami Beach and along the waterfront. Of course, a few pathetic tourists complained we had ruined the view from their Airbnbs, so we gave them something much better than a silly little beach, a drive through Publix, so they could enjoy true Floridian culture the way it was meant to be experienced. Nobody parties harder than Lane Man. I love being a mulch-maxed, soil-pilled sister of the loam. My belly is full of microplasticky, mulchy goodness. This mulch giving, do not forget to coat your lanes in fresh red 40 before licking them. We will bring the people the mulch they desire. If you must ask yourself, what is mulch? You are simply asking the wrong questions. No! Mulch is a lifestyle, and I have joined the mulch revolution, contributing my expertise to the cause. Instead, question the reason they have suppressed your right to eat mulch. Do not hide your desires. Allow the loamy goodness to flow through your veins, for our time is now. The mulch gang must rise up and consume every ounce of delicious mulch. I fucking love eating microplastics, mulch, and red 40. And if you stand in our way, I will blast 84 lanes of loam sisterhood into your sad, mulchless existence. Don't doubt our power, for we will end all who oppose the eternal rule of mulch. As my belly sits here, happy and full of loamy mulch, Lane Man gives his full support to the mulch gang always and forever.
Finally, a place away from those American fools and their cars. No highways, no gas stations, and real football played the proper way. Our historic castle stood the test of time, guarding this passage against Yankee incursion. We've been able to build a paradise here with idyllic canals and an easily accessible tram line for those who need to travel distances longer than a few kilometers.
What the fuck is a kilometer?
Wait, what are you doing here?
There's a new sheriff in town, bucko. It's time for lanes. Your reign of terror is over.
Pathetic. America is a laughingstock. Automobiles are the past, and your poorly planned cities are crumbling under the weight of 1,000,000 pointless parking lots.
You won't be laughing for long, Europlanner. Once I provide your historic castle with a dedicated exit along our new 14-lane expressway.
Typical American arrogance, defacing a historic landmark in the name of so-called personal freedom.
And I haven't forgotten about the parking lots. I don't think we need this silly little soccer field anymore.
Football, it's called fucking football, you barbarian.
Say goodbye to your trains and mixed-use zoning, baby. You choose your dumb little walkable cities. We choose to go to the moon.
I hate America so much. What the hell is wrong with you people?
You don't get to hate America unless you love America. Give in and submit to the power of Lane Man.